I was just thinking that this is not Sunaina's first release, because the previous movies of hers that have released have actually been directed by me. And I don't know how passionately she must have worked in this one, because she has worked in Jab We Met, Love Aajkal and Rockstar at least more passionately than I have. While she was making this movie, I was a little scared, and because I felt that this is one person who, like the proverbial Phatinga, can burn herself in the flame of movie making. But she is here in coordinated clothes, as you shall see a little later. I have also not been nervous on my own releases, but somehow I feel that I'm a little nervous today because it is Sunaina's first film. I've seen the film, so I have no doubt about it. But it gives me a very strange kind of happiness as though things have moved on in my life, as I invite Sunaina Bhatnagar over here.
Thank you so much for being here. It's a little overwhelming for me to be standing here and having people actually look at the trailer and see the film for the first time. So thank you so much, every one of you, for being here. People in the crew, our team, refer to this film as a small miracle, because each one of us put in everything we had. There are a lot of people here who it's their first film or their second, and so there was a lot of passion and a lot of heart and a lot of emotion that went into making this. So I'm thanking you from the bottom of my heart for being here today, and I hope you enjoy the film. Thank you.
It was many years back when I was making my first film that I was invited by a neighbor to come and meet a very special guest. And I walked into that small apartment in Andheri West, and sitting cross-legged on the floor and drinking water from the tap was none other than Manisha Koirala. I did not have the courage to tell you that time, ma'am, that you are the most beautiful woman that I have seen for decades in cinema. I'm not saying one of the most, you are the most beautiful woman who I have seen for decades in cinema while I was a cinema lover.
Thank you, Imtiaz, for saying such wonderful things. I'm a big fan of your movies. So, where do I begin? When Sunaina got me the script, I was actually bowled over. And it is a beautifully written script. And I said, I have to do this. And we worked, we rehearsed, we've gone in our journey up and down, and so much of passion. And one thing that Imtiaz ji has spoken about Sunaina, her passion towards filmmaking, which is really incredible. And she's looking all glam right now. But if you see her on the set, you will...
There's an internal joke going on, please ignore.
So she's like so focused on her work, and so it was an incredible journey, incredible experience working in this movie with all the young, talented actors and amazing producers, you know, so...
I actually owe a very, very big thank you to my director and my producer for giving me this opportunity. This is my first film, and I have learned so much. And Manisha ma'am, you are a true inspiration. Thank you so much for everything, for all your motivation, and just for being the humble person that you are. I have learned so much on this film, and please do watch the film on 2nd June. And I hope you do enjoy it.
Is also one of the finest actresses we have, and I think more importantly for me and for everyone, she's a fighter, she's a survivor, and she's a victor. So let's give her for that. And I think as we are, this movie is about to release, I think it's also about woman power, because we have Sunaina, we have Manisha, we have Shobna. So, you know, with such lovely ladies, I think let's celebrate you know, the power of women as well.
Absolutely.
Speechless, कुछ सोचने को नहीं था, और एक ये ऐसी women की story जो एकदम hopeless हो चुकी थी, और उसके बाद उसका ये सफ़र और ज़िंदगी में दोबारा लौटना, और उसी को represent करते हुए आज मैंने red color पहना, because the red is the color of life. ये सुनैना का वो था, और मनीषा जी ने इसको बहुत अच्छा पर्दे पे उतारा, तो ये हम लोगों के लिए बहुत अच्छा है और हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने सपना देखा है विमेन एम्पावरमेंट का, उसी को हम रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, विमेन प्रोड्यूसर, विमेन डायरेक्टर एंड ऑफ कोर्स मनीषा कोइराला. थैंक यू सो मच.
First of all, have been very fortunate to work with Imtiaz sir, and this film may also come to us only because of him, because I've met Sunaina on the set of Love Aajkal and Rockstar. So the moment I read the script, I feel like I think this is the film which, including my partner Sobna also told me, I think this should be a first production film, Sandeep, because it's a lovely story.
Yeah, actually, I will speak, but then I would want my director to answer that. As an actor, who probably I have done, so many movies and time and again. So I'm constantly, we all are starving to get a good role, which is performance oriented, and which is a new area for an actor also to venture into. So whenever there is an opportunity like that, I'm like, I want to do it. And so I was, honestly speaking, very nervous. I wasn't sure whether I'm doing it right or not. I was also in the action after a little break. So I actually requested my director that can we rehearse, can we read, can we do that? And a lot has changed in cinema from the time that I was in and to now. So to adjust to all that, and till the end of the shooting, I was nervous. So actually, my director can answer better.
But you'll have to watch the film.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but what
it's not.
inspired you, and what is it? The reason you went for Manisha?
That was very easy because I actually, when I wrote the film, I had her in my head, and when we discussed it for the first time, that's what I immediately said, Manisha Koirala. So and there's no explanation for that. She has, all the talent in the world and beautiful and everything. So I was very clear that I would approach her, and it worked out luckily. So as far as the role and the performance, it was we did a lot of rehearsals and things, but mostly just for us to understand the character. Manisha's character's name is Maya Devi, and it's a difficult character because she speaks very little. So the emotion and all the depth of feeling that she conveys is largely through her face. So I was worried, and but Manisha ma'am was just amazing. She was amazing. So I don't think. I think it was like we're being a mutually admiration society right now. But it was easy. Actually, this part was very simple because we rehearsed, and when we went on set, it was just there.
Absolutely. It's like no matter how many times we do the same thing again and again, but every time the first day and first film is always quite, it takes I get my stomach knots and I get nervous. But I hope, during this whole process and of doing this movie, Sunaina didn't really get to know that I was actually nervous.
She's a very good actress.
But yes, I was. The script, and I just love the script. When I read it, I knew this is going to be a good film. So, and it has a great message also. So I love that. Yeah, we tried the look, we did rehearsal, we did the look test, and we had many meetings over it. This is the kind of, everybody's hard work, everybody's talent is required, and it demands that. So from the wig to the makeup to the costumes, and it is Sunaina who's driven this throughout, so.
To be very honest, I'd read a newspaper article, and that was about the 1984 riots. And it's a very interesting story, and I don't know, out of the blue read one article, which it was about a lady who saw the riots, and she didn't step out of the house after that. That was it. और कुछ नहीं था information में, but that stayed in my head. And of course then the script is different, but that was the germ of the idea, that how would someone be hiding in their house she was hiding in her house for 30 years. So, and this is a true story. So that stayed with me, and then that was the beginning of this idea. Shimla in particular, I needed a city because it's not just the story of one of this lady, it's also the story of two young girls, and they're growing up, and so I needed that world, an old world, to be also found in the same place where you can find a new modern city. So Shimla has that. It has the old buildings, and it has this new, it's getting more populated, crowded. People don't like that, but I do. So that worked for me, that it had the contrast. It had this building, Bantini, the house, and it had modern schools and young kids, just like Delhi or Bombay, at the same place. So that's what appealed to about Shimla.
And ma'am को Manisha जी ma'am look camera
it felt great, you know. I love being in front of camera, and you know, as I said, once an artist, वो हंगर हमेशा बनी रहती है कि एक अच्छा सा परफॉर्मेंस हो जाए, और ये चीज़ भी दिल में रहता है कि जो पहले का काम किया हुआ है उससे उसके बराबर का हो. तो a little nervous, but it felt great. I think हम आर्टिस्ट हमेशा कुछ नए करने की हमेशा खोज में रहते हैं, और जब चांस मिल जाता है तो उसे हम ले लेते हैं. तो मैंने लिया हुआ है चांस, and I hope that you guys like that.
And how was working with?
सबसे ज़्यादा एक्साइटिंग बात मेरे लिए ये है कि ये मनीषा कोइराला की कमबैक फिल्म है. बहुत सालों के बाद हम जैसे लोग उनको फिल्मों में देख पा रहे हैं, एंड फिल्म मैंने देखी है. फिल्म मुझे बहुत पसंद है. उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा सेंसिटिविटी है, और सबसे अच्छी बात फिल्म की ये है कि ये उम्मीद बहुत जगाती है, और मैं इसको रेकमेंड करता हूँ सब लोग देखें. और सुनैना जिसने मेरे साथ भी पहले बहुत फिल्मों में काम किया है, जैसे कि जब वी मेट और रॉक स्टार और लव आजकल, उसकी ये पहली फिल्म है जो उसने डायरेक्ट की है. तो मेरे लिए बहुत ही खुशी और नर्वसनेस की बात है कि उसकी आज पहली फिल्म रिलीज़ हो रही है.